Hello there, I'm Anne Edwards, and welcome to the Global Islamic Economy Summit 2013, happening right here in Dubai at the Madinat Jumeirah. With me on Up Close, I have the pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Tirad Mahmoud, who is CEO of Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, or ADIB, a very charismatic speaker, and also he has just finished moderating one of the sessions on day 2 of GIS 2013. Hello sir, welcome to our show.
How are you, Anne? It's good to see you again.
Great, and it's really a pleasure to see you again as well. Sir, can you tell us about the outcome of your session, which happened just a while ago?
Thank you. I think the session that we had was kind of interesting because what we tried to do is provoke the thinking in the audience about the life cycle of Islamic banks, and basically we were talking about the evolution of Islamic banks. The industry is less than 5 decades old and has been growing really fast. So the whole point of my session was to provoke some thinking about some of the soft issues out there, some of the questions that are emerging, and to inspire debate and to lead the direction of what do we do next as Islamic banks. The whole concept today is that Islamic banking so far has been very popular among Muslims. But is this something that we did only for Muslims? Or is it something that has a benefit for everyone? We believe it has a benefit for everyone. We believe it has universal benefits. And the world in general have very similar things. What makes people sad in the Philippines is exactly what makes people sad in Japan or in Italy or in Canada. What makes people happy in the world are basically the same thing. Our needs are similar around the world. We all need financial services. We all need to put our money in a bank that keeps our money safe. We all need, when we invest our money, not to be cheated and not to lose our capital. After all, we save money for our retirement, for our children's education. We all need to borrow money to build a house or buy a car. We all sometimes go through some financial difficulty, and we don't want a bank to come and destroy our livelihood because we have a temporary financial difficulty. We need banks to understand our conditions and to act like our partners. At the end of the day, that is the loudest voice of the consumers all around the world. And our research indicates that the values Islamic banks have cater to all of these needs. But we don't talk about this. We don't market this. We don't advertise this. It's like we have a fantastic jewel and we're hiding it. And I'm saying, why do we hide it?
Why is that so? Why is that so?
Because I don't think we're trying to be selfish, obviously not. We're very hospitable, in fact, and very generous. But it has to do with the way Islamic banks were born. We were born to respond to a need that was very loud in the Muslim community. The Muslim community said, listen, we want something that does not violate our rules and principles. We don't want usury. We don't want usury in our savings. We don't want usury in our loans. Incidentally, the Jewish faith, the Christian faith have the same rules as the Islamic faith. So this is not for Muslims only, but the Muslim community said, we want something that is halal. Can you please give us something that is halal? And if you read the holy book of the scripture of the Holy Quran, God describes those who engage in usury in ways that are very, very graphically clear. It is truly a big sin. And so the need was obvious in the community, and as a result of that, some very good people said, you know what, we will start this industry. And it was born in Dubai. Dubai was the birthplace of the first Islamic bank. And after Dubai, Kuwait, and so on and so forth. And now it's very popular, but it came to respond to a community. Now, after the financial crisis at the end of 2008, everybody in the world is saying enough is enough. We want banks that we can trust. We want banks that are our partners. And it is the same cry that came out from the Muslim community 5 decades ago. Now the cry is everywhere in the world. And we're saying, guess what? It's here. What you want is what we have, but we have to make this concept well known among the Islamic bankers that, listen, people want what you have. Why don't you make it more visible? Let it be seen.
So if you're saying that Islamic economy, Islamic banking, Islamic finance is not only for Muslims but also for non-Muslims,
Of course.
then why not drop the word Islamic?
That was the debate. And I would say, as a banker selling a product, I would say, you know what, let me listen to my audience. And when we asked the people said, yeah, you know, if you change the title, remove the title, you will have more customers. But please don't change the title. We're afraid if you change the title, you might lose your values. So the customers are not thinking about the title, they are thinking about our values. They're worried that if we remove the title, we bring corruption into the banking system. They want us to stay pure, full of goodness for them. They said, listen, you know, you're too important for us. We want you to stay good. And that's the issue. And the key for Islamic banks is to change, to improve, but not to lose the principles. And the advantage Islamic banks have is that we have Sharia compliance boards, you know, the scholars who keep us honest and straight. They're making sure that we don't deviate from the principles. So that's basically it.
Great. What do you think Dubai, in particular, and other governments should do to address challenges like what we were talking about in terms of the labeling itself and in terms of growth for Islamic banks, especially with competition in their native countries?
First of all, I want to thank the government of Dubai. I want to thank the government of the United Arab Emirates. I want to thank His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. I want to thank them for taking this fantastic initiative, this move forward. To call it the Islamic economy actually addresses many issues. Can you imagine if we're talking about halal food, that if we really follow the principles of what is halal in food, we could have avoided the mad cow disease altogether. We would not have the mad cow disease. Because the way cattle has been, how should I say, farmed, has lacked a lot of ethics. And as a result of that, we got into trouble as people, as consumers. So the Islamic economy and Islamic banking as part of the Islamic economy promote ethical standards, very high ethical standards in the industry. And ethical standards are not monopolized by anybody. These are universal things. And I believe if we apply ethical standards in all industries, the standards of performance will improve, the satisfaction of the customers will improve, the loyalty of customers to business will improve, the loyalty of employees to their employers will improve, and we will have less self-inflicted disasters. We will not have mad cow diseases in food. We will not have a global financial crisis because bankers became financial derivative traders. Okay? We will have a less risky world. We will have true organic growth, and we will have more sustainable growth. For Dubai to do this, Dubai has taken the leadership in the initiative. Dubai believes in evolution, and they believe in the speed of evolution. And I am happy that Dubai did this, and I hope that other countries will follow suit.
Great. Finally, there is a new area that has also emerged in terms of innovation. How do you think the Islamic economy is embracing this, and what are the challenges? How are these challenges going to be addressed through innovation?
I think the Islamic economy and Islamic banks as a concept in the past existed in books, in holy books, existed in literature by research scientists and philosophers. Right now, this body of knowledge is coming into the market for practical use. So this migration from philosophy to practice, from theory to practice, began in Islamic banking 4 decades ago. It is now starting in other sectors of economic activity. So this is a migration of a philosophy, of a belief system, of a value system that is now moving into practice. And business schools today have begun to teach this. Business schools in the past used to teach that the chief responsibility of a chief executive officer is to maximize shareholders' return. That's what they taught in business school. That's what they taught in schools like Harvard and Wharton and many other schools. Today, the ethical component in the business is being taught in business schools, but only as an elective or a side product. I think the teaching institutions will start to bring this into the core value of their education, that ethics is not an optional thing. Ethics is an integral part of economic activity, is an integral part of business management and practice, and ethics actually enhance value over time, they enhance profitability over time, it lowers risk over time, and therefore it's very profitable to the shareholder. The moment the shareholder realizes that this is good to enhance their profitability and their wealth, they will follow it. And I believe teaching institutions today need to invest much more into this. To me, that is the next message.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Mr. Tirad Mahmoud, CEO of ADIB, or Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, right here at GEES 2013, and a major supporter and also sponsor of this summit. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.